Hey everyone, Hassan here, and I got another Power Rangers Dino Charge review for you today. I've done a review of the Deluxe Dino Charge Morpher and the Deluxe Dino Saber, but now it's time to switch gears a little bit and get to the Dino Charge Megazord. So we're finally getting into the Zord line here, and this is it. This is the main Megazord for the show, the Dino Charge Megazord. Here's the packaging. You got your Dino Charge logo on there, and let me move this closer a little bit. It is ZordBuilder compatible. So it has 3 Zords, and they all combine. So those are the 3 Zords there, the ones for the red, blue, and pink Rangers. Yeah, let's see down here. Dino Charge Megazord, so you got some artwork of the Red Ranger. And I love this artwork right here. This is just awesome, what they did here, showing the 3 different Zords. I love it. I love when they do original artwork, especially having it right on front of the packaging. It really makes it stand out, and I think that's really cool. So I'm excited about that. Just the box alone is pretty cool. There's your Dino Charge logo up top. The bottom just has like the UPC and everything. Now the side of the box says, there's Charge It Up, and it actually has, right there, you can see the Dino Charger. So you can actually do Try Me and mess with the Dino Charger there. So this is the Dino Charger number 1 for the Red Ranger, the T-Rex, which is something that was included in the Dino Charge Morpher, but this is actually, it looks to be a translucent one. So we'll take a look at that. And then you also have a picture of the Megazord right there. On the other side as well, just an open window to look in, there's also a Dino Charge scanner app, which is not out yet, but you will be able to scan the QR codes on the Dino Chargers. And 4 ways to play. You can use the app, you can use the Morpher, you can use it in this Megazord, and with these other Zords as well. The back of the box, oh man, this is just fantastic. I love what they're doing with Dino Charge this season and having images from the show on the back of the packaging, because it really makes it pop out, and it really brings it full circle in a way, because you're buying this toy and then this shows you exactly what it is from the show, and I love it. I think that's really cool, especially how they showed, they have the toys right there, and then they show artwork of the Zords, which looks fantastic, and then they show the actual thing from the show. Really cool. So you got toys, artwork, and TV show. Awesome. Also, since this is ZordBuilder compatible, there's lots of different stuff you can do with it. So you can actually get the Para and Raptor Zords as well, and they can combine with the Dino Charge Megazord. You can get different cycles, and they can also combine with the Megazord. And I have all these items right here, and those reviews will be coming up next. So I'll probably do Para and Raptor Zords next, maybe one after the other, or both together, I don't know yet, and then the cycles after that. And there's also this little thing here, which is like some sort of an armored figure or something, it looks like, and that will combine as well. And collect them all! So placeholder images here, but basically there's going to be lots of Dino Chargers to collect, which is awesome. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited to have a Megazord and to see how this works. So let's get right to it. Let's open this up and take a look. Alright, I got the Dino Charge Megazord out of the packaging, and I split it into the individual Zords. So we have the T-Rex Zord right here, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. We got the Triceratops and the Stegosaurus, I believe it is. Is that right? I don't know. I might be completely wrong on that. My memory on dinosaurs is very fuzzy right now, and I'm sure that, you know, when I watch Dino Charge, my knowledge will be great on dinosaurs, because I'll hear their names all the time, but for now, I'm a little fuzzy, but I believe it is Stegosaurus. So this is what you get. You get these 3 Zords for the Red Ranger, the Pink Ranger, and the Blue Ranger, and it combines to form the Dino Charge Megazord. The Green and Black Rangers have their Zords separately released, and that review will be coming up after this. It also comes with 1 Dino Charger. So this is the Dino Charger that it comes with, and it's the Dino Charger number 1, but it's translucent. So it says Tyrannosaurus Rex right there, but it's nice and see-through, which is, it's kind of cool looking. I do like it, but it has the same image right there. So 4 slots right there, 4 images there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whoops. 4, there we go. So yeah, pretty cool. Here's the QR code for the Dino Charger right here, if you would like that. Although I think it's actually upside down. I feel like this is probably the correct way the QR code should be. I think on mine it either got put upside down on accident or something, because I'll show you my reason in a second, but there's the pins right there. So yeah, this is the same Dino Charger as the one from the Morpher, except it's translucent. So here's the actual, like the regular one of it. So this one's from the Dino Charge Morpher, and you can kind of compare the Dino Chargers right there. So the image in the middle is the exact same. In fact, everything is the same, except this is translucent instead of the gray there. And actually though, the red that they used on the translucent one is actually like a lighter red. And if you kind of compare on the back, you can sort of see that on the back as well. But I wanted to point out, you see on the regular Charger, the 3 squares are like on the top left and then the bottom both slots, right? And then if I grab the other 2 Chargers, here's the Black Rangers one and the Green Rangers one, they're all aligned the same way. But the translucent one is the one that has the 3 dots there. So I feel like they just put the sticker on wrong or something. So not a big deal really for me, but I just kind of noticed that. But anyway, so that's that. I will just real quick show you the sound it plays in the Dino Charger. Or no, sorry, the Dino Charge Morpher. This is called a Dino Charger. Gotta get all the terminology right.
T-Rex Charger. Engage. Energize. Unleash the power. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Power Ranger Red.
So there you go. So it's actually the exact same thing as the regular Red Ranger Tyrannosaurus Rex Dino Charger. Exact same thing there. So if you have the Dino Charge Morpher and you only want to collect the Dino Chargers, you don't need to get the Dino Charge Megazord because it comes with the same thing, just translucent. So anyways, I'll kind of move that to the side. So here they are. These are the 3 different Zords that are found in here. So let's take a look at the Triceratops right here. So this is for the Pink Ranger. It always throws me off because I really feel like I want to say Triceratops for the Blue Ranger, but it's the Pink Ranger that's the Triceratops. And it's like a bright pink. It's definitely very pink, which is nice because if any Power Rangers fan that was following the early Dino Charge toy news knows that this was purple at first, and that was very annoying because it's for the Pink Ranger. But thankfully they fixed it. And here it is. So I don't have the Japanese version of the Zords. I never got any of the Japanese Kyoryuger mecha. So I can't do comparisons there. But from what I've seen, you know, it is lacking some paint. But for what it is, I still think it looks kind of decent. Yeah, it's mostly pink. You got some yellow right there on the sides. I think the face of the dinosaur looks pretty cool. You know, the eyes, the yellow horns right there. So pretty decent. And then you got this little silver tail right here, which is like a drill almost. So yeah, pretty cool. And what you can do with this is each of these Zords can use one of the Dino Chargers. It does not matter what Dino Charger at all. So what you can do is I can lift up the head of the Triceratops, and there's an opening for a Dino Charger. And what it will do, so you can take any Dino Charger, and it doesn't really matter either side, whatever, but when I put it in, watch what happens to the tail. It pops out, and it looks like that. And you cannot close it with the Dino Charger in there, so just keep that in mind. So the tail kind of pops out. So it's got like it's like a spring basically, and if I want to eject the Dino Charger, you can stick your fingers in there and try and slide it out, or they actually put this tab on the bottom for easily you just slide it out like that and it pops out. So then it's easy to take out. So now that it's out, I can click it back into place. So I'll do it again, kind of show you. Boom, like that. So it's kind of neat that each of the Zords has its own little functionality with the Dino Chargers. You know, nothing too special, but it's still a neat little touch, I guess. So that's what that one does. Let's take a look at the Blue Rangers Zord right here, the Stegosaurus. And again, you know, I'm sure it's missing plenty of paint, and it's pretty basic looking. I mean, it's all blue with just some yellow around it, and especially on the top part here. But that being said, I still think it looks okay. You know, it's the biggest thing, honestly, is the paint. Yeah, but still, it's decent. It's decent for what it is. So there's that. Now the little functionality that this guy has with the Dino Charger, so I'll just lift up the head right there. Ready, and bam. So the actual tip right here flies open. So boom, just like that. And again, this also has a little slot down here for easily just pushing out the Dino Charger right there. So that's kind of neat, I guess, just to have that little functionality right there. So these two things, by the way, the top parts of it can also pop off, and this one does pop off on purpose because it's part of the transformation there. But in case anybody was wondering, you can kind of switch them, so you have a little bit more like fun playability there in a way. The actual, like, using the Dino Charger in them doesn't work as properly with it, but you can do it if you want. So that's just a random fun fact, I guess. So, anyways, on to the big one for the Dino Charge Megazord. We have the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I think it looks great. It looks pretty cool. It's definitely pretty big. I think, you know, the paint's issues, you know, it has a decent amount more paint than the other Zords. And I feel like the biggest offender is the legs, because you can see how there's like some detail and stuff on the legs, but there's no paint on it, so it just seems like it's just a bland red leg, I guess. And even like this side looks pretty bland, but this side here, oops, you can't even see. So this side is kind of bland, but this side has plenty of paint, and this is going to be the front of the Megazord actually when you transform. So, you know, I'm not too concerned about that, but, and I think this part does look good. I like the silver, you know, the stuff they did right there. The yellow, you know, it's kind of decent. I like the design of these Zords for sure. I'm kind of glad they went back to dinosaurs now. It's time to get back, you know? I had some fun with the previous dinosaur toy lines, like Dino Thunder. Those Zords were so much fun, so I definitely do like what they did here. And I like, you know, the head I think looks pretty good here. You can also, you know, move it up and down however much you want, and the Dino Charger does go inside there, by the way, so we'll take a look at that in just a second. But yeah, I mean, overall I think it looks pretty good. So here's like the bottom right here. So yeah, some nice, you know, like feet, little pieces there. It's overall it's pretty decent. The little hands right here, it's decently designed, you know. I think it looks pretty cool. Personally, if I ever display these, I'm probably going to display it in Megazord mode because I think that looks awesome. But this is actually still not bad. I do like it. So the little gimmick that this Zord has is if I open the mouth, right, let's put in the charger. And when I close it down, look at the yellow tip right there. You see how there's one little thing sticking up, but the other 4 are down? Well, when I close the mouth now, boom, it pops up right there. So now I have 2 down, then 2, and then 1. So that kind of, without the Dino Charger, when you close the mouth, it just doesn't do anything. So with the Dino Charger, bam, pops out like that. So, it's a minor little thing. Honestly, you know, I think the actual functionality with the Dino Chargers and the Zords is pretty underwhelming. There's nothing that fancy about it, nothing that's special. And there's no lights and sounds or anything for this kind of a Megazord. Especially the Red Ranger one, I think it's a little underwhelming. I wish it would have kind of done a bit more. But, you know, I guess it is neat, though, that they did add that kind of functionality for it. So the main thing with these Zords, for me personally, is the Megazords. I mean, that's the true fun of these things, combining them and making a really cool Megazord. So that's what we're going to do right now. So let's move those Zords to the side and focus on the Red Rangers one for now. And what we're going to do is actually, we're going to pop out this yellow part right here for the tail, and we'll set that aside for a second. This piece here just kind of pops up. Oops, and that's not right. Let me reconnect that back. Start over. Okay, so this piece here pops out like that. Okay, and you're gonna find that the legs should go down to meet those there, and you'll see there's a little hole right there at the bottom of the leg, and it's supposed to match up with the little peg at the bottom. There we go. And yeah, there we go, just like that. Okay, and then you can move this forward like so. So it should look like that. Then you're gonna rotate this and the hands will go down like that. Okay? The legs are actually going to split apart, and something's about to pop right out. Bam, look at that. So this is actually the helmet. So the helmet is actually stored inside the legs right there. So you can kind of store it like that, and then close it up, and the helmet is sort of stored inside right there. So that's where that's hiding. And you just kind of pull it apart that much. If you do it anymore, it's going to be all loose and stuff. So you just do it about that much, and it's set. Just like that. Then we can take, actually this piece here, you're going to fold back like that so the helmet can, or the head can stick out. And then you're going to take the helmet, click it on place. And so this is that part of the Dino Charge Megazord. So this is there for the Red Ranger. Oh, actually, forgot this one piece. So the little tail piece is going to open up like that, okay? And then on the back, you're basically going to take these and stick them onto the bottom two holes. It's actually not going to fit in the top holes, so you just stick them onto the bottom two holes right there, like that. Okay. So now, we'll move that to the side, and we have the Blue Ranger Zord right here. We're actually going to pop off this top right here, set it aside, and then we're going to move the feet back like that, and this one here. So there should be like a horizontal yellow line right there. So same thing here, just like that. And then you're actually going to want to open up the mouth right there. And this is the fist, so the hand is like already there. You can't move the hand, it's stuck right there. So essentially what's going to happen is this part is going to grab on, like these two pegs right here are going to attach onto those right there. So it just kind of, yeah, clicks in just like that. And there you have his fist and everything right there. Then the Pink Ranger Zord right here, the Triceratops, you're going to leave this drill part on, but you're going to do the same thing. So legs like that, and mouth open, and it's going to attach on, boom, like that. So very easy right there. There you have that combination. But the last thing you're going to do is this other piece for the Blue Ranger Zord right here. You're actually going to take this and fold it all the way upwards like that, and he's going to hold it like that. And so here, folks, this is, right here, the Dino Charge Megazord. And it looks pretty awesome in my opinion. I think it looks pretty cool. Again, you're going to be missing some paint, you know, compared to the one from the show or the Japanese version or whatever, particularly like in the legs and some of the other areas. But overall, I think it still looks pretty cool. I do like the design of it. It's definitely very interesting looking. You know, I like the little dinosaur, like, shoulder pad kind of thing there. I like, you know, how they have just the whole design of it. I think it looks pretty cool. The feet are, they're kind of like claws almost. Pretty cool how you got like the little drill coming off of the arm right there, and how he's got like a little, it's almost like a sword. And I think in the show, I feel like this was a shield as well, and this is supposed to fold out, but this toy does not do that. It just stays like this. But even still, I think it's kind of cool. In terms of articulation, it's quite limited. So what you can really do is, I suppose it can't really, well actually no, it can't really rotate because this little piece is on there. I mean, you can kind of rotate a teeny bit, but like that's about it without stuff falling off. The arms can rotate a decent amount, so they can go like probably all the way upwards, and you can't go more because of the yellow piece, and all the way down. So you can kind of pose it like, you know, like that, ready to attack, or, you know, however you want to do that. The legs don't really have any articulation. I mean, you can kind of, whoops, move it apart a little bit, but it's not really meant for that in the Megazord mode. So it's just kind of, yeah, I mean, in terms of articulation, you're kind of limited. My one little issue with the design, and it's more not for the toy, but an issue with the design itself, is, you know, you got 5 Power Rangers, 5 Rangers from the start, and this only has 3 Zords in this combination. And when I get the green and black Ranger Zords, you switch out the arms, basically, but the base part of it stays the same. So I really wish that they just had something to have all of the Zords combined. I think that would be even cooler. But, you know, that's just something, my issue with the design of the thing itself. But regardless, I still think it does look pretty cool. It almost looks like the little chest piece here could kind of glow or do something, but it doesn't do anything. There's no lights or sounds. It is what it is as you see it right here. You can insert the Dino Charger, you know, in the Megazord right here. And then obviously you kind of close it and this pops out like that. So you can do that, and in fact, that is kind of what the artwork actually looks like. So let me show you here real quick, if I can, the artwork from the box. And you'll see right there, so you have actually the thing popping up on the helmet. I don't know if you can see because of the glare. So it's popping up right there. You got like the sword and everything. So, I mean, you can kind of see the comparisons. And you'll see the paint right here, like the silver and stuff is lacking on the legs. But, I mean, overall, though, it looks, you know, pretty decent, I think. I think it looks pretty good. And I'll kind of do a little shot here if I can fit it all in the camera in front of the actual box here with the Zords and stuff. So you can see, basically, so these 3 Zords combine to make the Megazord right here. And I think it looks pretty cool. I do. It's definitely it's a decent size too, and I think that's another thing that I like about it. It's a decent size, and it feels, you know, pretty decent. Like it's nice quality. It's a pretty solid toy. These little connectors, they're very like easy, and I can understand, you know, how it'll be very easy to switch out Zords and make your own little combinations and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. So I actually do want to do a couple little brief comparisons. So I just have like the legendary Megazord right here from Super Mega Force. So you can see the Megazord from last season and then this season right here, or the upcoming season rather. And they're basically the same height. I mean, I think the Dino shoulder pad thing kind of sticks up a little bit more, but otherwise they're the same height. But this one's a lot like bigger. It's more thicker, if that makes sense. Like bigger legs and arms and everything else there. So you can definitely see the size comparison with that. I also have the T-Rex Megazord from Super Mega Force for a little comparison there. So this one is also kind of more thicker, I guess you could say, but it's slightly, is it a little shorter? Maybe. Looks like it kind of is, but maybe it's just the shoulder. Yeah, I think the shoulder pads are just a little taller. But otherwise, I mean, you can see it looks pretty cool. And the great thing, again, about the Zords in the Power Rangers toy line for Bandai of America, because I'm sure there's going to be comments from people, the Japanese version is better, this and that. Now, you have to keep a lot of things in mind. There's cost, first of all. The Japanese version is going to be much more expensive. But for what you're paying, I think this looks pretty cool. I mean, I think it looks pretty good as far as what it can do. The transformations are nice. It has some good proportions, I think. And the one thing the Japanese version cannot do is ZordBuilder functionality, and that is a huge plus for Bandai of America, I think. Having all their Megazords from Mighty Morphin 2010 toy line, and then Samurai, Super Samurai, Mega Force, Super Mega Force, and now Dino Charge, all be compatible with each other is fantastic. So what I'm talking about is if I wanted, right now, to take off the arms to the legendary Megazord, and instead attach, you know, the arm for Dino Charge Megazord right here, I can totally do that right now. Boom, there you go. You cannot do that with the Japanese version, and that looks pretty crazy looking. Awesome. And then if I wanted to attach the drill on the Dino Charge Megazord, I mean, boom, there you go, right there. Not only that, let's actually bring this back and put the drill on the Dino Charge Megazord. Now he's tipping over. It gets a little chaotic sometimes when you're doing all sorts of crazy combos. That part popped off. Whoops. Boom. Now I have 2 drills going right there. So again, I mean, there's so many combinations that you can do with ZordBuilder, and I think that's pretty awesome. And that's a huge plus for these toys. I really do think it's a big bonus, really, for the Bandai of America toys. So let's kind of reattach that part of it there. So yeah, I mean, that is ZordBuilder functionality. So the Dino Charge Megazord has, you know, your 3 individual Zords, which look pretty neat. And yeah, you know, some of them are kind of lacking paint and stuff, but especially the Red Ranger Zord I think looks pretty cool, and that kind of makes up for it. The combination I think looks great. I like the little functionality with the Dino Chargers, even though it's nothing too big. Excuse me, I think it's still pretty cool, and you can use that functionality, you know, in Megazord mode right there as well. It's ZordBuilder compatible also, and you get a nice little translucent Dino Charger, which is pretty sweet. So, you know, definitely I think the Dino Charge Megazord is a pretty solid start to the Dino Charge toy line, and I'm excited to see what other Zords and Megazords they release going forth and how they'll all combine. I'm really curious to see that, and I look forward to it as well. So that is that, folks. That is my review of the Dino Charge Megazord from Power Rangers Dino Charge. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below, and I'll try and answer them for you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I got reviews of the 2 new Zords, the Raptor Zord and the Parazord for Dino Charge, the Black and Green Ranger Zords, coming up next. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later.